Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2, the Cuban edition, which we're now witnessing our brand new actual high-speed train at this point. It goes fast enough for us to actually say that this is high speed, on the way from Havana all the way down to Colon, and eventually extending itself all the way down to Sancti Spiritus right now, where it skips a city at a time. Eventually it might skip more, but we'll see how kind of things progress. We got a brand new extension of our commuter line right now, and we connected to more cities than ever before. Today we're going to keep up the expansions. We're in that era right now where all the new available vehicles are better than what my current vehicles are. So we kind of have to go re-evaluate what vehicles are running on what lines, as well as start to do a few more expansions moving forward. So before we get into it, before I explain exactly what we're going to be doing today, guys, I just want to say if you are enjoying the series, make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new on here so you do get notified when more episodes of our Cuban transportation company do come out. And before we do anything, I'm actually going to take a quick look at what lines are losing us money. So we've got a few lines losing us money on the Mexico cigar route, which this, if I go all the way over here, is delivering the goods from there to there, okay? It could be a case of we've now got one too many vehicles. It could be a case of they can't get in and out quick enough because of the constant stopping and starting that they're doing right now. It's a bit of a tricky one, but I think ultimately it comes down to the fact that they're getting too big for what they need to be. There's 15 vehicles, so I'm going to get rid of 5. So I'm going to get rid of 5. But I'm going to replace what we've currently got right now with something a bit bigger, something a bit better. Now, we need something that can carry pretty much all cargo. These are 17. Yikes. So I replace that right now. That gives me even more capacity, but less vehicles on the line. We'll see how this plays out. We will see how this plays out. Now, I did think about changing this run over here up to a train line to kind of get rid of 3 of these vehicles, but again, we'll see. We'll see right now, boys. It could be an interesting one. I still probably might have one too many vehicles, but we need more ships arriving. We might need to up those numbers as well. Now, what else is losing money? Quite a few things. Some of the passenger lines and mainly the big shipping route from the USA down to here. Right, we'll get onto those in just a moment, but we're going to start our first expansions with seeing if there's any cities we can deliver some of our goods to. Now, we know Pinar del Rio right now is getting the goods. They have 2 train lines coming in, and things seem to be going pretty good. We've got our food route here, which picks up from there and takes it all the way in. This makes money at times. You can argue we need to kind of slightly adjust it. Is there a lot of food waiting on the platform for Pinar del Rio? Yes and no. It's all dependent on the size of the train. Where is the train anyway, bringing in the goods? Hello, Mr. Choo Choo, where are you? Where is that train? Oh, it's right here. So that can carry 96, which after it's picked up 96, there's still quite a few available, so you could argue we could increase that train. It's getting the fruit delivered, which that is making profit depending on when it stops and starts. So at the minute, we're okay. We're on the cusp, but we're okay at the moment. Now, we have San Cristobal over here that requires food, machines, and cigars, which we only have one sole vehicle delivering it all. So I think it's time that we transfer this into a train route. Now, the reason I mention food, machines, cigars, and not fuel is because we have food, machine, and cigars all at the vehicle depot, which is what this vehicle is trying to deliver. So we can now transfer that over into being a train line. Ooh, this is exciting, isn't it, boys? So if I pause and if I manage the line and we get rid of all the stuff here, and then we add the station, we pretty much switch it all out right now. So we add the station, wabam. And I'm going to make this be the same platform that we pick up and drop off. Actually, do you know what? No, we'll do it different. We'll do 3 and 4 as being the 2. So it's different from the food line coming in. Are we not able to do that? What's going on? Am I not able to select because I don't have another place to go just yet? Maybe that could be the question. Right, there we go. So 3 and 4. Still can't select it. Right, let me double check that just a minute. Couldn't select those. What's going on here? Oh, is it because I still got my vehicle on this? Let me get rid of the vehicle. And then we're back to edit it right now. Wait, no. Wait, what's going on here? Where is the line? Has the name of it changed? Has something happened? Right, it should be called San Cristobal Machines. Thank you very much. And now I can change it all. Right, there we go. So both sides there. Very good. Very good, boys. This is going to be really exciting right now. So that's now all set up. Comes into here. Obviously, it comes down to then switch over to that left-hand side, which is not going to be a problem for now, but we'll have to kind of keep our eyes peeled unless we allow it to merge further down. It has to merge at some point, so do I make it merge and cross all of them? Or what? We'll see what troubles that kind of low-key brings. But this needs to deliver, like I said, machine, food, and cigar. So the train that we're going to create for this is going to be quite interesting. Now, I've got to be a bit kind of wary of, let me go by build date, the cost of these trains right now, because they can get pretty expensive pretty quick. I might go for this BRV just because of how cheap it is, or do we go and spend for a little bit more power? I could get something a little bit better. I might go for, oh, do you know what? We're going to go for this Russian class here. I'm looking at the costings of it. Now, we need to deliver cigars, machines, and food, which I know boxcars can do some of that. Now, which is the highest capacity? These here. Let me do it by capacity on the carriages. So here we go. Both 18. They deliver cigars. They deliver food. Oh, they deliver all of it. Okay, perfect. So we go what weighs the least. And we'll do a 126 capacity. And we'll start with this. So this is the San Cristobal Machines run, which I do need to change the name of that. And then off it goes. So I think inadvertently it's accidentally deleted all of the stuff. But that's okay. The ships will bring the goods back anyway. So as that now starts to demand more stuff, as we get in more deliveries on the go, it should then start producing more machines. So I don't think I need to worry too much about what's losing, because we'll eventually kind of catch up with it, he says. Not very confident. Now we have a route here which is delivering the tobacco to and from. Let me manage this vehicle right now and see if we can update this. So let's replace this train, and I'm going to go diesel on this. I think we might go for this one here. Do I go for the Russian class? I want to go by costs, running costs. Nothing too expensive. I'm going to go with you. Now, cargo-wise, it's got to pick up cigars and also deliver tobacco. So we're moving over to this. Now, it's got a 240 capacity. So if I give it a 270 capacity, would that be the same length train? Do you know what? It's not that far off being the same length. But it can definitely carry more goods. And it should be a little bit more powerful, with the fact that it's able to have a more stronger, pulley, tractionable engine. All those words made no sense. But that's our first start right now in terms of seeing how we can transform all of our current vehicles. Right, so we should be moving a lot more tobacco at this point. A lot more tobacco. Now, the ships is an interesting one. Okay, the ships are an interesting one. There's only so much we can do here. There is only so much we can ultimately do. We can keep upgrading. We can keep feeding it with what it needs. It has recently just got the goods and now bringing all the stuff back. This might be what we need to do. But there is going to be a limit to how much we are delivering. there's always a limit to how much we can deliver. So we have to keep our eyes peeled on that. So with that said then, we should slowly start getting the goods. We're waiting for our first train to make its way over here. Are you it? Yes, this is our train right here, boys. So it should be pretty quick. It should be pretty speedy. Shouldn't really have any issues. That's the lemon train, right? Yes. Now, it's only got a few items on board because you haven't given it enough time for it to circulate yet for the goods to build up in the backlog. And it will be quite expensive. But in comes the train right now. It does have the option to pick and choose whatever side it wants. So unloads and then off it goes. I feel like it could be quite a profitable train line that once it starts, you know, delivering larger quantities. Yeah. Now I did talk about wanting to split these as well to have the ore and the coal separate, which I'm going to do it. We briefly mentioned this last episode and I think it does make a lot of sense for us. So I'm going to bring you to there. I'm going to bring you to there because we're not going to use this line for anything else other than this anyway. So like I said, it just makes sense. So pause now because there's going to be some issues. Get you to there. And I'm hoping just running this round is enough. Now, signal-wise, I know that's on the Crissy-Crossy. What else runs in here? So technically, nothing else runs on this Crissy-Crossy. So in theory, I mean, I'm going to keep it anyway, but in theory, I don't need it. Well, I don't need it to extend up to this part, is what I should be saying. I don't need to extend it up to this part, and I'm now going to have to just slightly trim all this. So if I just get rid of you, just to there. And then this track's going to run into here. So if I'm not going to use any other train line coming in, I think I'm just going to make this a little bit more efficient. So I'm going to get rid, oh snap, of the Crissy-Crossy. Double slippy. And instead, I can then push. And I don't know how this is going to work. But I can push the crisscross for these two lines there. Right, there's still lots of issues. Again, bear with me a second. So signals can go like that. I can then do another set of signals in reality. Well, I could do the set of signals coming in there and there. Now, let me do the Crissy-Crossies back here. Which don't need to be that long now. So that goes there and solves that issue. But I've got to tell these that they no longer need to do what they've got to do. So when they get to Pino del Rio South... Right, they're going on 6... Is it 5 and 6? They're now going on 5 and 6. Which, that's all good. And then the other line, the coal line... These are going on 8 and 7. So get rid of everything apart from 8 and 7. And then that puts them back into action. So I've separated those lines, so just so they're a little bit more efficient. That's the argument we can then make at that point. They're a little bit more efficient. And then they are able to skedaddle in and out as easy as that. I could do the same for this line, but I'm going to keep it kind of together for now. Because it does go through all this and it can get a little bit shenanigan-y. So we'll see. Right, where's my diesel train anyway? My brand new diesel train that we've implemented. It's just up here. Finance-wise, that seems to be kind of holding out, which is great. Drops up a lot of tobacco. I think we can maybe confidently use that engine. This is my San Cristobal machines where I did use a different engine altogether. But that's now going back with a completely filled to the brim cargo, minus 4 machines. So we might have to see how this kind of unwinds and if this is now profitable to where I change it to the different engine And then we focus on using that engine moving forward. But the idea is keep delivering the goods. San Cristobal grows, more passengers, more demands, more money. That is the argument we're making there. So you can see trains wait their turn. Whoa, why did that? Okay, that's an interesting one. Why did that choose? I'm going to assume the reason that coal train there went that direction, and again, I'm just assuming right now, is because it was confused with what I did down here. I'm going to assume that. Otherwise, there would have been no need for it to be in the left side. That's all I'm assuming right now, okay? I'm just assuming that me doing what I did down here broken something where that train was on the wrong side of the tracks. Otherwise, it shouldn't have been able to do that. But anyway, there's lots of chaos on the go now, isn't there? This is looking real good. Right, I just want to see then, with the busyness that was, how much money is this train here making on this drop-off? Let's see now. Dropping off. Okay, so that just made more money than the previous year's expenses. So we know that that can make a profit. If you can do 2 drops a year, then that's even better. That's even better. So what are we waiting for here then? This train's clearly waiting for something, right? Ah, I think the Crissy Crossies are a little bit too close. Because them trains are a little bit too long. I could solve that by adding the increased capacity carriages. Because then that will shorten the train length while giving equal, if not more, capacity. Right. There we go. I think that's what my issue was there. But it was also waiting for this train as well to pass by. But I didn't like how close it was to the crisscrosses. Ah, that may have been what the issue was, why it was on the wrong side of the tracks. Because it was overhanging the crisscross. Ah, I think I've solved the issue. Oh, I don't like that sticking out. I've solved the issue. I've solved the issue. Right, good stuff. Good stuff. So that will slowly get bits and bobs, which is obviously inevitably now causing it to grow a bit more. That's worked out perfect. So we could bring food over to Havana right now, but I think I might be running this factory a little bit too dry at this point. There's not enough goods that we can deliver to it. So, I mean, I could increase the amount of goods that go that way, but it's a tricky situation. Right, I'm just going to slightly adjust this train now. So we're going to replace this. And we'll go diesel. I'm using the... What was I using again? Is it this one, the EMD? Or is it that one? I think it was the EMD, right? Was it that one? Let me just double check on the... Where's that train? It is the EMD, yes. It is the EMD. Right, replace this EMD. Now, cargo, it's got to deliver food, so we need boxcars. So if I go capacity... Boxcars need the one with the shortest length for you. So 96 is what it was originally at. We'll take it to 126. And then we'll see if that turns a profit in the long run. So I feel like we're slightly overloading this platform a little bit as well. Now the Pino del Rio grain trains, we're going to keep them as they are. And just keep moving forward. Right, that's very good then. So we know Pino del Rio is getting everything it quite requires. San Cristobal, everything but the fuel. That's okay at the moment. Havana's getting nothing. But I think now we need to start thinking about building industries around here to feed these cities at that point. That's what I'm thinking we might need to start doing. Now, I just want to double check my current industries that we're okay. This looks like it's not getting adequate amount of grain or sugar. We seem to have quite a lot on the platform right now. Now, what's the reason behind that? I know it's a 2-to-1 kind of system. You need, well, no, it's either or, isn't it? It is either or. So what are you delivering right now? It's a bit of a mixed split, isn't it? It is a little bit of a mixed split. I know we've got these here that we can deliver, which makes it interesting and a whole lot easier. There's the line in general, the water and sugar, which also does deliver grain at times. They're quite profitable. I think it might be a case of replacing the trains. Now, when I replace them to what I want to replace them to, 2 trains might be too much. Now, we're using these, but these have just become available. Oh, they're way too expensive. We'll stick to these. So we've got them split. It's half water, half sugar, basically. So the tanker cars here, it's 6 of each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, they're the same of what we've currently got right now, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, okay. So if I add in 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that pushing it too far, you reckon? It could be, it could not. It's all dependent. Is that train too long for the crisscross? It's not, but it's close. That's all I'm going to say. The fact that it's stopping there is not a good sign. So what we can do to kind of tackle that is just make the platform a little bit longer. I don't want to make the train smaller. So I feel like the longer capacity does work out. So if I just turn this around. There we go. Set it back on its way. The longer platform means it moves further down. So you'll see it from this one now coming in. And it shouldn't be an issue. There we go. And hopefully that a little bit of an additional constant supply there could work in our favour. We'll see. But are you getting the goods? I mean, it's all dependent on how much is available from this producing, isn't it? So it's producing so fast. It really is. But the next train's coming anyway, just before this is about to run out. So we almost there had uninterrupted service. Anyway, it's all good. It's all good. I'm not going to stress about it right now. So other than that then, with this complex system, I think we're doing all right. Let's now reevaluate where we are losing the money. So my biggest loss right now, one of the biggest losses is the passenger line. And this is our secondary passenger line that comes down to our new extension. And you could argue it could be highly because the fact that we do have the high-speed train line. They take a lot away from the commuter line. So do we need 3 trains? I don't think so. We'll get rid of 1. And we'll just run on 2 trains for now until these cities are a little bit bigger. I think that's the way to go. We'll see how the money then changes. Now, another big one is the export line that comes down from here all the way up to the USA. Now, finances means it makes money, it doesn't make money. It's a little bit all up in the air. But what they're ultimately doing is they're delivering cigars and alcohol to the USA. And in turn, they do get to bring back some grain, but there's not a lot of grain available. Now, we would like them to make money in both directions. So, in an ideal world, could we pick up this crude oil? Right, we could buy crude oil from the USA. We could refine it. Now, is there anywhere near that we could refine it that would make sense? Over there, but that's a little bit far-fetched, don't you think? Yes and no. Yes and no. And then we could send it back down and we can then sell the crude oil back to the USA, which then it means they start producing fuel, which my ships could instantly take it to somewhere like down here, and we could then send it to San Cristobal and Havana. Now that sounds quite far-fetched, but that's all to make this line going back and forth more profitable. Because a ship coming back right now, that's filled to the brim. That's not. This one's filled to the brim. That's filled to the brim. So coming back, they seem to be filled up. But on the way there, Or it depends on what ship you're selecting. But which is that one? That's not the one we're looking at. Which one is it? This one seems to go moments where it does lose quite a bit of cash. So it's a lot to ask, isn't it? It is a lot to ask for that line. I'm not quite sure if that's going to be the correct way to go about doing it. But maybe instead we should focus. Oh, okay. We've got down here the ability to make food, which we can bring down from these grain farms up there. That produces food, and then we just got to figure out a system on how we can then deliver that food. And we could deliver it to these 3 cities here. That could be interesting. That could be real interesting. Why don't we try that then? Also, we could also deliver wood to produce planks. And then they take the planks back to produce more machines. Okay, there's 2 real good runs there we could set up to make us money. So let's focus on the first one, which is inadvertently eventually going to feed these 3 cities. There's no point taking food down from here because we're kind of running out a little bit right now. We are slightly running out. We are delivering food to Mexico as well. So that's 3 cities on that food plant. There's 2 food plants down here, which we could feed with many different things and then give us the supply for these 3 cities. So we could run it. We've got a bridge there. I'm hoping we can run the train line underneath it, which will lead down to there. So let me just see if I'm able to run a train line. So if I bring this going straight, that works. That actually really works. So obviously we're going to have a few little issues moving forward down to here, but I can readjust the road. And right, let's put a cargo station. And let's go 2 sets of tracks. We want the platform to be somewhat pretty long, because we need it to be able to store a lot of cargo on the platform. Right, I'm going to bring that road just there. Train track wise, I like the idea of also going slightly diagonal. So if I kind of went something like this, and I went here, that touches both of them. Now all I've got to do, push that back slightly, and then train tracks. Now we're only going to have 1 train going back and forth, I assume. I don't have the ability. Oh, I could run simultaneously. That actually works out pretty well as well, because you just don't know how busy this is going to be. You just don't know, do you? So we'll sort out a little crisscross then. Was not expecting that, to be honest with you. Was not expecting that. And then for this, we'll get our train station just there. So it doesn't ultimately connect to both just yet, but that should do it. Yes. And I'm just going to delete that little bit of road there. And then get the train track coming right down. So bring it to there first. So it doesn't like the idea of going through there. So we'll redo that in just a minute. Right, we are unlocking new boats, by the way. And new intercity trains. Right, let's slow it down a bit right now. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. So that all runs into there. And then I'm wondering if it's as simple as maybe go back a little bit. Like that. And then crissy-crossed. Right, let's just sort those roads out then. And are they going to be a bit of an issue for us? Is it because... No, because we've got that going directly on it, don't we? Too much of a slope? What are they talking about? Apparently it's too much of a slope. Since when? Maybe I just lead everything down to here instead. So I could run. Like a nice duality road going there. This is completely taken away from what I'm trying to accomplish here. Right, not possible. Of course it's not, because it's a wider road. This is... I mean, this is not even going to be used. This is just me having a little bit of fun. That's all it is. And you know what I might do, actually? Is I might upgrade you. Okay, and then run this road. To there. Is that on straight? Yes. Just for the funsies. There's no particular reason why I did that. There was no reason for that at all, okay? That was just me having a little bit of fun. Right, let's smoothie this. Of course, smoothie. Off the roads, all that jazz. Oh, be careful of the edge, boy. Be careful of the edge. Don't get too close. Right, there we go. So back and forth there, that's the beginning of a new industry where we can deliver food. Nice. And then what we'll have to do is then eventually figure out the transition of how we then get these goods onto this main line. I could do it via vehicles for some of it. Like, I could deliver vehicles to the colony, it's not a problem. But when you start getting up over here and there, it is somewhat of a distance. Unless I built a bridge over here and then it just drives up. Not a problem. But it is so much more efficient to deliver it via trains. It is what it is. Right, we're going to track construction. There we go, train depot. I'm just going to drop a depot just here, just for the sake of it being implemented. And then we're going to do a new line from there to there. And because it's near Colon, I'm going to call... Colon. Food. No, grain. Grain. Not food, because I'm not taking food anywhere. I'm just doing grain. Colon grain. Make it a light colour. Utilize both platforms. Should be fairly easy, this one. So, diesel wagon, we'll go for you, right? Yes. And then cargo-wise, by capacity, we need the gondolas. This is a lighter gondola. I'll do a 216 capacity to begin with, and then see how we get on. So, Colon grain, now in production. So that is one step closer to getting food to these 3 cities. Perfection, boys, perfection. Now, I'm going to see what we can do in regards to trying to pick up these logs, to bring them down to here, to have a separate line that takes them over to there, to then bring it back for the ships to also take that back with it, so they're also making money in the opposite direction. I was going to do fuel, but I think the planks is the better option to go. So to do that then, we are going to just do a slight diagonal there so I can pick up both of these. So another cargo station underway. And it's going to lead into this left-hand side there, which that works perfect for us. So if I ran like this, right, and then bend you in. Now we'll need to do Chrissy Crossy, so I'll do it just here. So this is going to gear us up right now for making money in both directions with that shipping line that was losing, from what I seen at one point, 4 million big ones a year. So this will be quite dramatic. I just realised I didn't do signals on the other line. There, and I'll integrate a set there and there on the road. Oh wait, has it got it's got auto sig on. I'm about to say there, what's going on there? Auto sig enabled. Now we only really have one train going back and forth here. And it's already on the wrong side. So we'll do bam, 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 bam. That will do me. That will do me. So, weirdly, we've got to do this slightly backwards now. Now, to get wood over there, we've got to first tell the lines what they've got to do. So if I do another new line and go from here to here, and then we'll make it brown for wood, and then we'll call this our Cienfugos wood / planks, because that's what it's pretty much doing. Okay, that's pretty much what it's doing. Utilize both platforms on both sides. Very nice, very nice. Now, I can't pull out a train on this to get over to there. So I wonder if I could just drag... I mean, it would look ridiculous to do this, wouldn't it? Would it? Does this look stupid now at this point? I mean, it's not stupid because it does what I need it to do without building another depot. So we'll see. So we'll stick with the EMDs for now. And we need to transport planks and timber. So going for the one that weighs the less. And I think this ship's going to come few and far between. So I think 162 will keep it to. And put that on. So now with that line in question all up and running, it won't do anything until obviously we have the stuff delivered. So once I now create a run coming down, it will understand it can then do something with it. So I've now got to create, and we'll utilize the highway road. So there's said highway road, which we're going to have to kind of slightly fine tune right now. Which that works out really well anyway. And then we'll do it all via vehicles. So super long, super big. There we go. Bam. Wabam. They say wabam. And then go from new line here to there. Now, what have we called this line? We've called that the Miami Grain Export. So this will be the Miami Wood Export. All this just so my boats make money both directions. Wild, isn't it? Right, manage the line. Make that brown as well. And get to utilize all the platforms. And then the same again, all the platforms. Right. Okay. There's a lot of grain waiting there. Is this maxed out? That's currently maxed out. So we're going to have like a different type of vehicle now as well. Ooh, we've got these Peterbilts. That's actually a perfect truck for America, right? 25 cargo it can kind of take. So if I did 5 of these, that'll give us 1, 2, 5. We'll do 6. And the Miami wood export is what we'll do. So that should, in theory, place... Oh, no, it actually won't because we've predetermined what the boats can actually import and export. So if I manage the lines and I say that you can now officially load upward and unload... No. Unload planks is what you do. No. Sorry. You unload and then load. And then in Miami, you load and then unload. Right, there we go. That took a while to figure that one out, didn't it? Right, these should now start dropping some good... Yes, 18 pieces of wood in the back of the truck. Very good, boys. Very good. Right, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere right now. So, how many ships do we have on this line? We have 20. I think now... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Actually, is it worth replacing them at this point? We've got a various array of ships now available. A lot of them off the mod store. Okay, none of them are... all of them are passenger, apparently. But these could be viable. So we're not delivering any of these goods here. So we can stick to these ones. Now, they technically are a little bit slower. They can carry more capacity. I think at the minute I'm just going to keep it as it is. I'm not going to stress too much yet. We'll keep it as it is. So, any ships yet leaving with a bit of wood on board? Yes. So there's our first ship right now, heading back with a bit of wood on board. And I think the big gap between is what my big issue is all about. So I might manage this right now. I might select 10 boats and duplicate on that line. Because there is a difference, isn't there, in terms of the shipping route rates. So this will lose money for ages right now. This will lose money for ages. It's a 2-to-1, so every 2 wood we bring back, we're taking 1 back. That's just how it works. Now, Jamaica, we could deliver some planks over here, so it takes planks back. But I have a suspicion this is going to be, it's a pretty filled up route. So this Jamaican line here, could this be the first line that we switch out to different ships? It's bringing in everything that is not needed on this boat, right? So replace him for those. And they're bigger boats. And they have a lot more capacity. Like a lot more capacity. They really do have a lot more capacity. They're not as fast, though. That's the only downside. They're not as fast. So, from what was it again? Sorry. It was 130 to 220. So, I've added an extra 90 capacity onto each ship. Right, we'll see how that goes first. It's just slow improvements we're doing. Just simple, slow improvements. So, that will take some time then before we start seeing this wood route actually working. So expect to be losing quite a bit of cash right now. Expect to. I might... Do you know what? I might just replace all my shipping routes now. So, scrap view. Havana now wants machines. Oh my goodness me. I might replace all my shipping routes with that type of boat. Now, none of them are carrying fuel of any sorts, are they? No. Havana now wants alcohol. So 90 boats now about to be all upgraded at once. So this will be an interesting development right now. We might turn out for some of these lines to start losing money, but that's where we'll reevaluate how many vehicles are on the routes. Right. I upgraded that Mexico cigars. It's now starting to make a little bit of profit consistently, you could argue. But we'll see how it all unfolds. A little bit higher capacity, those vehicles. We need like a drop-off point instead, don't we? Where it'll be a lot more efficient. I ain't worrying too much. I've changed the ships dramatically right now. Could be interesting. Right, how is this route doing anyway in terms of finances? Oh, it's doing fantastic. It's doing absolutely fantastic, boys. Another delivery coming in. Would you look at that? So far, this current year, 7.15 million in income. Nice. Beautiful. They say beautiful. Right, that's very good. That is very good. So, could we start to think about delivering this stuff? There's a way in which I can create a glorious loop here to connect to this line. And vice versa to be able to connect into the train station here in Cologne. Unless I do that route there just on vehicles alone, then I haven't got to worry about trying to squeeze a train in. It all depends on the bend, doesn't it? It does all depend on the bend. Havana wanting so much more extra stuff right now. We could actually get like alcohol from down here delivered. But we can get food delivered anyway. We got a variety of items. Hold on. Look how much stuff is on that platform right now. The amount of different types of cargo that want to go in different places is wild. I might need to build some extra cargo buildings. Or we can't do it that side. I can squeeze those in. There's 60, that's 30. Can I get these in? No. Right, it's going to have to be these. They're not amazing. But it enables us to store more cargo on the platform. That's all we can really do at this point. It's all we can really do. Right, this steel plant a bit more efficient. We need more ore, apparently. There's a lot on the platform. Let's take a look at the train. So there's 3 trains. I wonder if it makes sense to maybe... I don't think I can replace them. Because the gondolas are pretty good. I might change up the train to you. And then the gondolas... So we've got 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's considerably quite big unless I add. I take 2 away, replace them, and then what I do is I add a 4th train on. That might be a bad idea, but it doesn't seem to be too detrimental to the line currently because it's not that busy yet. We'll see how we progress further. Until we can get bigger gondolas, then there's not really much I can do at the moment apart from adding in the length. Unless I deliver from elsewhere. But there's a lot on the platform that we can take from there, so it's all okay. Right, okay. Let's first start delivering food to Cologne. So what we'll do is we'll get building wise. Let me make this a little bit longer on the street here. And then the building wise, we'll go for you. Nice and big. Because you might get multiple vehicles coming from this eventually. You just don't know. And then we'll do a truck unload stop, which the food is mainly over on this side. So I'm going to drop it there. If I do a new line, bam to bam, and then here, use all the platforms available. And then we'll make it the color of the food. Rename the line to Colon Food. Very good, very good, very good. And should be fairly easy to run to. We're going to build a nice little road depot. So I'll build it just there. And then we'll grab these trucks here. So I'm going to go for 6 to begin with. Which means it's only going to be delivering to Cologne at this moment in time. But that will slowly start to lever it up. It will start demanding a bit more, and then we'll see how we rock and roll from there. So, new step forward. New step forward there. Cologne will start to grow a bit more, and obviously have more passengers. It's exciting, isn't it? It is starting to get a little bit exciting. So I wonder if this line now is profitable. Still, no. That high-speed train line really is taking away from us. The high-speed line itself, amazing. It could also be the trains are not the best. It could be that we need to carry more passengers. It could be enormous amounts of things, but we're losing a lot less money before. So we're making around about the same profit-ish, or the same income. We're just spending a lot less. It might come with time. Once we start getting more people living in these cities, it might come with time. So we'll see. We've still got plenty of time to maneuver. Right, these have actually had some type of good at some point, because there's 4 planks on the platform. So wood is slowly starting to make its way over here. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see, boys. Right, we might need a few more trucks, though, by the looks of it. So, get 4 more trucks. Try and get as much wood delivered as we can. Very busy port area in the USA. Very busy port. Right, I'm liking these little fine-tuning that we're doing. Now starting to get a bit more ore over here, which is good. Planks, not so much. So where do we get the planks from? We're getting the planks from over here, which is also another overloaded place. Now, let's replace these trains. So we've gone diesel. We've gone with these, cargo-wise. It's still these, but we've gone for 11 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... 12, because we've got 12 on the ore trains. So let's replace those to begin with. And I think I need to add a 3rd one in. And we'll see how we get on with that. There's a load of new stuff being unlocked as well, which is nice. So now we're getting busy. Now it's all starting to slowly happen. San Cristobal has skyrocketed ever since we started delivering all those goods it requires. That's just got bigger. That's the power of actually feeding the city with what it actually wants. And that's what we're doing over here in Cologne right now. We're starting to get some food slowly coming in. And that should skyrocket it up on the charts ever so slightly. So like I said, we eventually want to get this stuff delivered to Mats and Havana. So it could mean that we're eventually going to have to take a look at coming off this with a big loop to attach it to here. I don't know how that's going to play out. So if I was to, for example, let's just say go to there. So let's say we doubled up on that. In what world can that bend around? That could work. In reality, it can work. Because you've got to transfer it from the middle 2 lines onto this. Is that too much to ask for a train to bend round? I'd have to redo the cargo signals here. So signals, that would go there, that would go there. And on this one, that would go there, that would go there. You would go there. So get rid of those 2 there. I reckon that could work. So let's try our first one. Now this is probably something where you then might need to have additional platforms on, just for the sake of the extra transfer of the cargo. So let me try it. So there to there, we utilize both platforms. Here we utilize both platforms for the cargo side. Make it the creamy color for the food. Now it runs into the middle, and that's the only place it can run, so I haven't got to change anything. That should be all good. So let's name this Matanzas Food. And where can I pull the train from? So Mats is there. The train will get pulled probably from over here is probably the best place to pull it from. So we'll go diesel. We'll stick to this one at the minute because that's what we're kind of covering. And it needs a boxcar. So in my head, 90 capacity is probably way too much. You know what I mean? Let's just do a 72 capacity for now, and then we'll play with it. So Matt's food. That's the second city now delivering from there. So it's got to go from there to there, but it's got to go round this way. So it's got to do a loop-de-loop at this point. But let's wait for that train to make its way down here, and then we'll kind of judge it all. Start to drop some stuff on the platforms. These will start producing a bit more, and it should then make these both level up. That's what it should then start to do. There's that train there. It should have almost uninterrupted service now, all on the way down. Shouldn't really be any issues. Should bypass through. And I'd like to see how it's going to navigate this little loop. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? Everything's slowly starting to come together right now. Now we've got this core, you know, line in. It seems to be all okay. So here it comes now. Able to handle that okay. So it should stop here. It's got to wait for that train to go through its signal. Now this is my only issue next then. But then again, I'm only going to run one other train on this. That goes to Havana. So it shouldn't be much of a problem. But we'll see. We have to keep our eyes peeled on this. Yeah. And it's going to be quite an expensive train. So we'll add more carriages as we see fit. That will be the only thing that we have to do then moving forward. So that's now all going to work in our favor. Has this line started to become profitable yet? Wow. The expenses have gone up, but then so has the income with all the extra stuff that we can now deliver, which we should start to see more planks than steel on these factories. Very good. So, do we have lines still losing money? Yes, we do. But we understand why, and we are slowly getting there. Have we increased our revenue? We've had a new record-breaking income year of 217 million. Things are now starting to fall into place, and the additional cities are now slowly starting to grow, with the increase in goods being distributed to them. If you enjoyed this, smash the like button down below, and until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.